Hi everyone, Q&A time. I'm going to answer a couple of biggies that I've not answered before, so deep breath everybody. First question, have you managed to host a Ukrainian family yet? Yes and no, we are in the process at the moment. They should be, hopefully, depends on one of their passports, because they're waiting on it. They should hopefully be arriving next week or so. We've cleared out the spare room and we are now just waiting. I mentioned it on an Instagram story a while ago. The process to help is really, really difficult. We have space, we have the availability, we have all like abundance here, we can do it. It's just really hard to actually be able to do it. The other issue is we have building work which is already booked and paid for and sorted on this house starting on the 9th of May. Today's the 22nd of April, so it's fairly soon. So we're gonna have to work out a way. I mean, look, it's better to live in a house where there's building work going on than them being totally displaced. And the people who are coming fully know that and appreciate it. We just have to work things out. I just feel like we can't have this excess space in this house when there are people who desperately need it, and we can provide it. Changing tact, wheels or doors. I didn't know anything about this whole wheels or doors thing, but there's been this thing on the internet where the world is deciding what there are more of in the world, more wheels or more doors. Now, my thoughts are there has to be more doors, right? Because wheels typically come in twos, unless you're on a unicycle. But if you think about a car, for example, 4 wheels, but also at least 4 doors, depending on whether you count the boot as a door or not. So either you're breaking even or you are a door up. Motorbikes don't have any doors, cycles don't have any doors, but if you think about how many just doors are in this house alone, think about like an office block or a skyscraper or something, doors galore, no wheels. So my instinct is more doors than wheels. Sarah, doors or wheels? Do you agree with my logic?
Yes.
Yeah?
I don't care, that's a weird thing that people are bothered about. It's like that dress thing.
Sarah's cutting right to the heart of the issue. I don't care. Oh, where is that super cute whale smock from your daughter in the story the other day? I'll go get it. Okay, I've got 2 here. We have the whale one and also the rose one. These are from Lywood, and well, you got it from Kidley.
Yeah,
is that the website?
Lovely on my website.
Okay, so essentially it's like a little bib apron thing. So we use these when Margot eats because she's learning to eat, and essentially she just grabs stuff and smushes it into her face and it goes everywhere. So these are great in that they are like plasticky coated, so stuff just slides off, and there's a pocket to collect all like the detritus. Highly recommend this for playtime, like messy play, but also for feeding, because it just goes just everywhere. By the way, I'm getting much better with like slime and mess. You have a kid and it just goes everywhere, so you just have to sort of like muck in. Deep, but have you got any personal tips on processing grief? Not really tips. So yes, my stepdad died, oh God, must be 6 or 7 years ago, and actually around that same time, my father passed away as well. I didn't actually, finding out about that was almost like finding out that your next door neighbour passed away, because he's my dad, obviously, so I have some connection to him, but I hadn't seen him since I was like 9 or 10. No, I did see him actually a bit later than that, but he wasn't part of my life, you know. He was kind of almost like a stranger. Brian, though, my stepdad, it's heartbreaking. And the way he went as well, he had cancer, and he just sort of, the treatment didn't work, and it was just, it's awful. It sounds really cliche, but time really helps. And now I look back at Brian and I think of the good stuff, and I think of the fun we had, and I think of like, I look back and yes, he's no longer with us and it's sad, but I look back with fondness now rather than pain, and that just takes some time. Brian was loved by us and he knew that, and he also loved us, and we all knew that. And what else can you ask for? Because you can't take anything else with you, right? But we were all around his bed when he passed away, we were all there. And when it's my time to go, all I can ask for is that, right? It's a similar send-off. And I think actually we are all gonna go at some point, and knowing that you have your people who care is really all that matters, right? And that's, for me at least, gives some sort of sense to it all. Ooh, are you both wearing wedding rings? So, Sarah and I officially got married while we were in America a month ago?
Can't remember.
3 weeks ago?
Was that memorable, Jim?
So we have our actual wedding ceremony in Spain in September, but actually to do the legal part of it is just a lot of red tape and it's quite tricky to organise, and we thought, oh, it's really hard work. So we were just going to go to a registry office, but our local registry office isn't like, I mean, it's not a cultural centre of the world, let's put it that way. And we just sort of thought, while we're in America, it's just as legal, but it's much quicker and also like much more of a memory than just nipping down the road to the registry office. We drove in the rain. It hadn't rained in LA for like ages. We drove in the pouring rain down to Santa Barbara, went to the most glorious courthouse and just signed a few forms, and hey presto, now we're married. And it's lovely, it really, really is. We haven't done rings, and we are, although we're calling ourselves husband and wife, and if I introduce her to someone and she's my wife now, we're not like doing loads of married couple stuff until September, because that's going to be like, that'll be our anniversary date, that'll be the stuff like, you know, having our friends and family around us and everything to sort of like make it, I guess it's already official, but to make it more special perhaps. On that note, I had a question as well about Sarah's surname. Okay, what do you feel about Sarah taking your last name? It's such a lovely gesture. Now Sarah's right there, so I will let her interject if she feels that she needs to. But in a way, I don't mind what Sarah calls herself. It makes really no difference to me. But our baby is Margot Chapman. So I feel like rather than Sarah taking my name, she was more taking Margot's name so that we're a unit. It's not, I have a funny thing about like a woman taking my surname because it feels a bit like ownership, which I don't particularly enjoy, but I also totally do enjoy being like a unit. Oh, here she comes.
I love being a Chapman.
Yeah.
Do you know what I actually think? When I met your family quite early on, I remember thinking, this bunch of weirdos are the same as my weirdos. And everyone, there's just so much love and so much energy, and it's just warmth and love, and a lot of people aren't as fortunate to have that, and I'm more than happy to be, I can't express, I love being part of that family, and I'm happy to be a unit with my daughter, with you, and to be one. And however we'd worded that, whether we had chosen to be Tarletons and also Margot was a Tarleton, it's just I'm happy to be a family.
My brother, they had their baby, she's a Chapman, and then they got married a few years later, but they then double-barreled their name.
Yeah,
right?
So they've got a separate name to their daughter.
But now they didn't think it through, it was just kind of like an admin error, so now they both have a different name to their daughter. So Bobby is a Chapman, and they've double-barreled their names, and it wasn't until, was it you that went...
I think I went, aren't you all different now?
So I think now they have to rectify some sort of admin error, basically. But yeah, it's just also things like travelling. Sarah could never get through passport control, and this again comes down to the whole ownership thing. Sarah wouldn't be able to travel with Margot if they've got different surnames without a letter from me to allow her to travel.
Or her birth certificate that proves I'm her mum.
Which is just like bonkers to me. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.